So I really dance. Put a smile on my face. Oh my goodness. The things you have to do sometimes. And I take all this off my belly last there. Yeah, greetings. Yeah, man. Been getting all the parade from the week has start. Greetings to you, my dear friend. Yeah, man, we're grateful. Your mama said me now. I danced a while ago with a smile upon iron eye face. Wow. What is- I don't remember, sir. I still have a SD card in the phone here. So we can't find the topic. As when they scroll through. Oops. Alright. 30. Good time. Alright, we found it. Lessons from the life of David. That is the topic. Lessons on the life of David. I can mark it so we can record just in case when I read it twice. Right. Yeah, man, the first scripture is taken from Luke. It's Luke. Ruth. Ruth chapter 4, verse 18 to 22. Memory verse taken from Acts 13, verse 22. And when he had removed them, he raised up unto, unto them David to be their king, to whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David, the son of Jesse, a man after mine own heart, which shall fulfill all my will. Wow. We all should know the movement of David, and you understand, as a shepherd boy, you know, who went up against Goliath. And you know, when you're young, you hear somebody taunt you, your God, you go feel offended, and this Philistine speak against my God. And he went up under the anointing took up a stone, put a time sling and sent it, and through under the anointing, it struck Goliath where it appeared, put him out of misery. Motivational quote says, with God, every humble beginning will eventually lead to a great end. Prophetic word for today. Let the anointing to walk with God acceptably fall upon your life in the name of Yahshua, Son of the living God. Here's the message. The man David is a phenomenal character. There are so many lessons to learn from him that are relevant for believers today. Even though he operated under the law, he lived as one who had proper understanding of the ways of God and was a recipient of uncommon grace. Little wonder God described him as a man after his own heart. Wow. There's some there's something interesting about David's genealogy. It would seem his lineage was polluted because his ancestors, Judah, slept with his daughter, daughter-in-law, Tamar, and had twins, Perez and Zerah, according to the law in Deuteronomy 23, verse 2. These children were not allowed to in the house of God until the 10th generation. David was the ninth generation from Perez, so the curse was lifted from him. There, there were also foreigners in his family. Three. This serves as proof that God does not discriminate. All who come to him through Christ are accepted and saved. Okay. I didn't even realize. I don't read it sometimes. I never realized that it going to Joe. What happened, Yeah, Joe that I did take on something. I really willfully. Nobody now come forward from out of the tribe come um fulfill that thing there with this lady, Tamar. She and Judah they talk as the father, and he gave her something of importance. So when she got pregnant now, she and it was reported to him, he was vexed, kind of say, I want a female son for have relations to keep the name of that son that passed away, you know. So when she came up before him and brought the evidence, he couldn't bother or reprimand her because he found out that he was the one who lied down with her. All right, back to David now. David was the last son of Jesse. the one who was left in the wilderness. Hey, my sister, what's going on? I'm doing great, Just see you. Greetings, my host. How are you today? I'm doing great. Anytime we start off the day with the Word of God, must be great, man. Because, use the word for cut and clear. It's now 4:22 in Kingston, Jamaica, in the wee hours. It's still pretty dark out there. So, greetings to you. You know, could be morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are watching I and I from. Yeah, so he was in the wilderness, that's David, to care for the sheep because he was too young to take up more serious responsibilities like joining the nation's army of Israel. This young man who started from the wilderness eventually rose to prominence. He became the king of Israel, the, the sweet psalmist of Israel. David was multi-talented and he used every, every one of his talents for the glory. Your sound is very faint, Jay. Okay, hope it's better. Hope it's better. Very good. A bit more. Nice charity. Alright, let me see now. Where did I reach? Alright. David, multi-talented. He used every one of his talents for the glory of God. Herein lies a great lesson for believers today. Every gift God has placed in your life is for His glory. It doesn't matter if you are currently in the wilderness, that is, you are at a point where nobody recognize you. Okay, thank you. Do everything as if there's an audience watching you. This is important because heaven can see everything you do, even if nobody is physically present. Faithfulness in secret would eventually lead to open recognition. Over the next few days, we would examine some lessons from the life of this great man. I urge you to open your heart as you dive into this study of Israel's greatest king. We will study as positive traits and immobile them. We will also learn from his flaws. May the Lord open your heart to receive from him in Yahshua's name. Yes, that is true. We're gonna have another rendition tomorrow about David again. Yeah, man, he was really a man of God's own heart, being that he was he played instruments, the harp. He was a shepherd dealing with animals. You got to be patient, got to have tolerance. You know, And he was really and truly one of Israel's greatest kings. He took no rivalry when it comes to his God, Yahweh. Yes, let us close out this segment. O Lord, my Father, make us your child, indeed, a child after your heart. In the name of Yahshua, Lord Yahshua, let our life bring honor to you in the name of Yahshua. My Father, move us from obscurity into limelight in the name of Yahshua. And so it is. Amen. Yeah, man, we're going to move from this segment. We just close it off by saying a word, you know, to cover ourselves, to make the Lord be with us for the remainder of today and even leading the way to tomorrow. Why this always going, you know. When I want to start to look newspaper reading, the internet does gone kablooey. Alright, no go fix it. No go fix back. What is satisfied with this YouTube notification? Where are oh okay, I see. Alright, it's coming back up now. Yeah, I don't know why your phone here. That's what I tell people so that phone not really good enough. But I buy it, I never get value for the money. Alright, we search now. God, this was from just a couple days ago. Alright, we get into the newspaper segment, but one still not going on itself. Alright, let's so, a cold, calculated cover up. George cites lack of remorse, deception in sending Maitland to prison for life. Oh, this was the fellow who take out his life firearm and shoot up, shoot. Guy was so upset somebody scratched his car. Mm, I remember him. Noel Maitland, lack of remorse, his duty. Oh, sorry, I mixed it up. Let me look on him Facebook one more time. Oh, him resemble somebody else. Sorry about that. Maitland, lack of remorse, his duty as a cop to understand it and obey the law, as well as the attempt he made to cover up his crime weighed heavily in Justice Pusey's decision to impose a life sentence on him for the murder of the 24-year-old Donnelly Donaldson. Wow, Pusey handed down the sentence on Friday in the Home Circuit Court in Kingston, ending the 8-month-long murder trial, throughout which Maitland insisted he was innocent. Oh my goodness. SS, okay, yes, sir. I know that's SS. I know what that stands for. Super support, yes, indeed. LG, love God, and GIG, God, is, remember the other one, other G forgive, but man also God is good. Oh yes, God is good. Yes, yes, yes. Just remember. Yes, indeed. Alright, he was found guilty by a seven-member jury on January 22nd for the unaliving and preventing the lawful burial of a corpse in relation. Oh, low volume. Oh my goodness. I think it should have made her because the door closed and I'm supposed to hear me loud and clear. And nice now make hope it sound look a better. My. I don't know. We know what I'm going today. Today with the microphone, so yeah, not well at all. Not well at all, at all, at all. All right. Relations in the July 12, 2022 disappearance of Don Donaldson. She was last seen at his um, Chris- Christantly Manor apartment in St. Andrew where Maitland lived. Maitland will not be eligible for parole until he spends 32 years in prison. During the sentencing on Friday, Busey explained that parole is not a right and that people sentenced to life in prison can usually expect to spend the rest of their natural life behind bars. The judge also sentenced Maitland to 2 years in prison for preventing the lawful burial of a corpse. The sentence will run concurrently, making reference to defense attorney Christopher Townsend's submission to the court. Justice Buser said Mr. Townsend indicated that Mr. Maitland is innocent and therefore he does not have to be remorseful of the crime. However, in my role as sentencing judge, the lack of remorse has to be a factor which is considered. Touching on the issue of Maitland taking numerous steps to cover up the crime, Pusey pointed out that the absence of Donaldson's body has caused even more trauma on members of her family. Put Mike near. Okay, make we see if he has a sometime a place in the right place and it work. Because I'm sure pocket that will reinforce every man. He is speaking for himself. No man, the time quiet man, I don't want to talk too loud. And them people that go say me I talk, but they I chat loud and thing. It's like, let me tell you what going on. My mind so um when me I do my thing, if somebody at my house, fine. The only problem I have at home is the music sometimes I'm gonna play and things. So I just because my subconscious mind aware that I'm there and I'm there at work. I'm gonna want the people them because I tell you the truth, right? So I'm there, I get a warm time. The next location I work, I don't have no problem with the people over there. No, yes, sir. I come early, I'm want left early, it's a problem. I do my duty, it's a problem. So I don't know what to do, round here with them people, yeah. But just I get a warm time with them, I tell you the truth. One girl, one resident, one female. Remember, you know, them pay me for open the gate, you know. Open that hear me. Them pay me for open the gate. And me I do my duty. The woman said to somebody, and I heard back, oh, we say somebody. It is well now. Okay, thank you. Somebody, the, 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 the entrance to the place kind of long, in front of the gate. So somebody park on the road, because there's a road in front of the entrance. The person park up and I work on them bike, the gate pull. You will drive a bigger vehicle, more faster than a bike, and you go, you sneak out through the gate. I don't remember for the me home it or she home it. I tell a lie, Pam, me say, me home the gate. So if you see somebody out there, you go drive go there, you know, coming back. So anyway, me see what go on, you know, guess what me do? I open back the gate and the woman come back here and she said, oh, I see somebody out there and thing. Man, just I get a run around and you know who I give me the trouble them too. I'm also females, you know. One next one now tell life say, me I left before my time. After I come here so enough time, I come and work early. I hope me never used to ride. Me I reach a work call 50 minutes before my first start work. 50 minutes. And from there, so I'll be a woman that said, I'll give me a warm time. I want it in my past life. I was somebody who, you know, some of these women in my past life. 'Cause so, I don't know what they come to my head, you know. Because according to Indian people, them say we lived many lives before we come to this life. Boy, so one time, we wear one slippers. Remember, you know, you work, then when you keep on your shoes the whole 12 hour. 12 hour of on your shoes, 12 hours. And you put a sweat up on your shoes. Then I take off my shoes to get like a breeze. I'm walk outside. And one resident, one female seat. Call the manager. Manager, call me, Mr. Richards. I heard that you're wearing the slippers on the location. XYZ. I said, okay, boss. I will deal with it. So I and I been getting a rough time up here. I want to tell you, so that place, I put out more, I put out 150% yes than the other place. Because the next place, I'm a yard. People in the, people them over there, so next place I'm work. Them deal with me like what them deal with me, so. I come today, you come Monday. Okay, no. Hmm. Yeah, so I had to go on upon what to go on. And think, alright, I go fix back that's up here. To go over this set it back so. Alright, balance. Yeah, back to the reading and newspaper. Alright. Alrighty. The judge also sentenced me to 2 years in prison for preventing lawful burial of a corpse. The sentence will run concurrently, making reference. Oh yes, the attorney. Where the part here is still claim and care about him. Okay, the judge said because he must show no remorse and thing in handing down the sentence because he considered the fact that Nathan was aware of the discomfort Donaldson's left about him still being a relationship with the mother of the child. Okay, today, wow, Maitland had said in his statement to the police that Donaldson started an argument with him while at his apartment after he answered a phone call from the mother of his child. He said she was also upset about a picture of his child's mother, which he had in his apartment. The former cop also said that explained to Donaldson that he could not abandon the mother of his child and expressed that he wanted to end the relationship with Donaldson. He claimed that she started the argument but with him, but he went to bed. He further claimed that the following day she woke up, said she was leaving, and then she left. However, if it is believed that she was unalived inside the apartment, Pusey said he had to send a message to society that violence and murder are not acceptable ways to solve problems. Wow. The judge also pointed out Maitland was a policeman and cops are deemed to understand the importance of obeying the laws of the land, but did not but didn't occur based on his actions. Prior to the handing down of the sentence, Townsend and Director of Public Prosecution Colette Thompson made submission to the judge on what sentence they felt would be appropriate. In reference to parole, Townsend cited numerous laws to emphasize the point that the possibility of rehabilitation should always be considered by a sentencing judge. He proposed that Maitland become eligible for parole after 17 years and 4 months in prison. The attorney also appealed to Pusey to consider the fact that Maitland had no previous conviction and that he had been gainfully employed and contributing to society. Additionally, he painted a picture of Maitland as someone who gave excellent service to the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Wow. This is what attorneys get paid for, to try to paint a picture of somebody when the picture is not so wasn't so clean in the first place. Thompson, however, urged Pusey to impose sentence that fit the offense and the crime. She said that a life sentence was most fitting and that the only discount Maitland should be entitled to is the time he already spent in custody, which was just over 3 years. After the sentencing, Donald's mother, Sophia, told journalists that she and other members of the family were comfortable with the punishment. At the same time, she still wished Maitland would reveal what exactly happened to her daughter. Daddy, I won't say anything about that. Mhm. She expressed gratitude to the prosecutors and the police for securing a conviction and a life sentence in the matter, accompanying Sophia to court were her mother, daughter, sister, and niece who told the Jamaica Observer that they are pleased with the sentence. And this is Sophia, the mother of Donnelly, giving thanks outside the Supreme Court downtown Kingston on Friday after Noel Maitland, the man found guilty of unaliving her daughter. And me giving us a little snapshot of what took place though. The complex where that former police officer lived, they have video camera on the compound. Most of these townhouses or complex have camera system. A garbage truck came in and they saw wrapped in a carpet the body, and you don't know them can find ways to dispute that part. The truck driver spoke about it. It was he him feel away because they saw the body. The camera pick it up, and the attorney them ever say whatever, whatever, and try to dispute that part of the thing. Boy, I meant to tell the truth. Better you try to be a good citizen than to go do something bad. I tell the truth. It is not easy to do good, but it beneficial. Just like being a man or woman of God, you have to make sacrifice for God. Wagwan, hope you've been wonderfully well. Turkey talking to US, Iran in bid to end war. Nice to see you live stream. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, we never forward out yesterday, Friday, or Friday night. I don't know, but just, oh yes, I was doing something. So that's why my time get caught up. I have a new playlist out. New playlist. Incorporate with some live stream on some of my recent videos and thing. So you don't know your boy have to test it out at times. So make sure so them are it work properly. And it's working properly. That playlist had originally 11 video 11 in total. I'm add about 4 more upon it. So it gone up to 15. Yeah man. Okay. So let's take a look at international news now. Wait for this phone here to come up back. And I see Mina having popcorn. Wow. And she loves flowers. They have lovely flowers in Nepal. And see Charity waving. Alright. Turkey. AFP. Yes, Turkey is talking to both Washington and Tehran in a bid to end the Middle East war. Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan said Thursday as the conflict raged for a 13-day. We have been experiencing the most intense moments of the war in the last few days, he told a news conference in Ankara along, alongside his German counterpart Wad Waddle Wadhol. The question is, what chances are there for negotiation? To what extent is it possible? He added, this war should end as soon as possible. We are talking to the Iranian side and we are talking to the American side, he said. On my Jeremy, my brother. Okay. And I see Mina showing us gold medals. Look like when she was much younger, she used to do quite well. Show us her medals. What you saying, Jeremy? Can't hear. What is going on with the mic today? What going on with the mic? What, the mic is not micing? What you answer to me? Let me put put it back where it used to be. Take off this bird cage. Probably this will cause a problem, you know. Cause a long time we don't wear it, so yeah, so now I want to keep them like right just on the shirt collar and thing. And we just talk and the mic run. So we don't know what's going on, why the mic not micing. I mean, I want to come off and because everybody else said them did that here now, me not say she not hear I and I. Well, go on this up. Because the mic is not micing. Are we drinking ourselves sick? 71% of Jamaicans support attacks on sugary drinks. Or unless the mic unless the mic card have a little play here. Yeah, you would know me now. Tell me say yeah, you I and I know. Unless the mic have a little play down here, so that's the card, yeah. Well, I wonder if it have a play because I don't know why I never put the thing up on the top or to the side or to the side on there, so instead of put it down there, so I understand upon the card or something, you know. Normally, while I do it in and it'll play now work properly, so all of a sudden now today, of all days, it'll go on with itself. Come with some more. Anyway, we don't want to care something else for that place, yeah. Okay. Alright, the question is what chances are there for negotiation? To what extent is it possible? He added, this war should end as soon as possible. We're talking to the Iranian side and we're talking to the American side. He said, "Mm, but there is an ongoing military operation. There are certain realities. This unprovoked attack on Iran is unjust, unlawful, as Iranians attack on Gulf countries. The war began on February 28th, sparked by US Israel strike on Iran, which reached out across the region in retaliation. Since then, said Fidan, Turkey had in, engaged in intense diplomatic efforts to end the confrontation. The task now is to prevent a further escalation of this war. Woodhawk said after the pair held their talks in Turkish capital. Mm, then he, then we will very quickly have to address the following questions. How can this conflict be resolved in a lasting manner? And how can a reliable security be achieved in the region? Fidan also called for the end of Israel's bombarding of Lebanon, saying it had forced the displacement of nearly 1 million people and warning it could bring the country to its knees. Israel attacks must end before the Libyan state collapse, he said, warning that if that were to happen, it would profoundly affect the entire region, especially the neighboring countries. The displacement of nearly 1 million people from their homes is absolutely unacceptable, he said. Lebanon was drawn into the war last week when Hezbollah attacked Israel in response to the killing of Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah in the US Israel strikes. Wow, wow, wow. Yes, let us see something here. Let us see something here. Running around red, gold, black, and green. Yes, let us see something here. Listen to that. Listen to that. Here I and I speaking. Running around the red, gold, black, and green. The mic work, man. Here I and I speaking. Blessings and peace. The mic work, man. The mic work, the mic do it too. Alright, Israel retaliated with ongoing air raids and sent ground troops into border areas, which so far has killed more than 687 people, according to Lisbon's authorities, while more than 800,000 people have registered as displaced. Some of the Iranian neighbors have long feared that any prolonged strikes or internal chaos trigger an influx of refugees, such as Turkey experienced during Syria's civil war. So far, that has not been the case with the Iran war. It is entirely right and prudent for Turkey to also consider the consequence that the current, while no one is listening. Wow. Okay, I hear what you're saying there. I hear what you're saying. But you hear what I and I say. Yeah, this war thing, yeah, those people just exalt themselves. People just exalt themselves and think absolute power corrupts. This is a man. You see, people who have too much power, it corrupts their thinking and it will lead them to do things. You understand what I mean? Lead them to do things. Rastafari. Call him Rastafari. Sons and daughters of His Majesty. Same thing. When we press it sometime and it gets stuck, see, be a problem tag, be a problem that get you be. Yeah, go fix it. Alright, it's start work back. Yeah, right, I'm reaching now. All right, to date, we have not seen anything on the sort, but we have a common interest in preventing this from happening, he added. End of article. I did that. See. Mm, wow. Grants being informer take on. Let's read something about farming. All right. Grants being informer take on this whole route with training and farm supports. Kingston, Jamaica, ginger farmers from the Grants Bailey community in St. Anne gathered on Wednesday with one goal in mind: to strengthen the fight against oh rhizome rot. Okay, so it sounds like one of them pests that will affect the ginger crop. Okay, one of the most damaging disease affecting ginger crops. Okay, wow. The training session hosted by the Jamaica Agricultural Commodities RADA in partnership with Newport Fersan, Jamaica, and supported by H&L Agro, brought farmers together at the Grants Bailey Tabernacle Church for an immersive learning experience. Participants were guided through the practical ways to prevent and treat rhizome rot. Wow. Boy, I know this farming thing here, you whole heap of pests can disrupt your whether your crops or your animals. It's okay, just as we had said Monday. Okay, okay. Do my persons in the chat are communicating there. Mm-hmm. All right, listen. Mm-hmm. All right, moving right and also receive key agriculture input, including fertilizers to support their farming activities. Trends, oh my, advertisement come up. So click out to the training session of this nature are critical to safeguarding Jamaica's spice industry. Mhm. Particularly ginger, which has long been an important crop for many rural communities. Rhizome rot continues to threaten the production across the island, so it is essential that farmers are equipped with the knowledge and tools to properly identify, prevent, and treat the disease, said Wayne Hunter, acting Director General of the Jamaica agriculture. Anyway, break down with Jack Carr. Rhizome rot, sometimes called soft rot, is a disease that attacks ginger plants through the soil caused by pathogens such as Formium and Naphthalines. It can spread through and infect planting materials and lead to serious crop losses if not properly managed. The disease has posed to these plants, ginger plants, major challenge for ginger farmers across Jamaica over the years. During the session, farmers learned about treatment options, proper application of fungicides, and the importance of good agricultural practice in keeping the disease at bay. Or for Glenroy Green, a ginger farmer with more than 20 years of experience, the training was both eye opening and encouraging. The day was good. I learned about the use of chemicals to help ginger farmers. We didn't usually use any chemicals. We usually depend on the rainfall and just plant naturally. So now we will use the chemicals and see Lord of His mercy. Sometimes when I believe that in chemical things, yeah, I feel so some of them things I will instead of anyway, when you go on say but speak me like speak my own opinion, because sometimes other people have other intention, because the overseas ginger them look big and luscious while our ginger looks so puny. Yes, we will now use the chemicals and see each year the impact of rhizome rot or soft rot has been severe between 2015 and 2018. Jamaica's ginger production fell by nearly half, largely due to the spread of the disease. Howard Williams, senior agronomist at H&L Agro, stated the importance of early prevention. Soft rot affects ginger production negatively, and farmers stand a chance to lose a lot, if not all, of their production if they do not use pre-treatment as a preventative measure. Or redomol. Oh, okay, so these are some of the stuff. And code coside are essential fungicides that help to in controlling soft rot or raceme rot. And this is what we are recommending to farmers, Williams shared. Technical experts from Newport West is a fertilizer in place, so them also have stuff when it comes to animals and farm. Also highlight the role of proper fertilizer use in strengthening crops resilience and improve yields. Being knowledgeable about the production and being used ensures optimal yield, said Akeem Williams. technical sales consultant at Newport, Fursad, Jamaica. It's one thing to use fertilizers, but it's also important to make strategies to help protect production. The session wrapped up with the distribution of farming packages to 29 farmers, each containing fertilizers and other agrochemicals to help them apply what they learned and strengthen their crops against diseases. Wow. End of article. Let's get into the talking about health. Let's talk about our health. More than 100 people get kidney screening at the Mandeville Health Fair. Bye for now, my horse. Okay, hold on, let me do something. Hold on, I run off yet, cause I do it there. We don't really remember who is here with us. Okay, yeah, I see one different person come visit you, but it's I and I still. You understand? Remember all this. Make we turn down. You're gonna see a different person, but it's I and I. Person I watch right here now. I want to ask Kiki, no, I know all this. I know all this. You did I scrape up the snow there. I think I know all this. Manners and respect. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it so much. Mm, well, but was too much people right so now my brain too much people may have follow me can't remember everybody fast. Remember try to quick and fast and Mina but when there's in a picture you just put up that's why I couldn't pick you up. Mm-hmm. Alright, take it easy. Alright, yeah. Alright. Mandeville, Manchester, Jamaica are being reminded to screen annually for kidney disease amid the continued challenge in the public health sector with more than 200 people on the waiting list for dialysis at Mandeville Regional Hospital. Ah, jeez, peas. The plead was reiterated by the neurological nurse manager at the Mandeville Regional Hospital, Marika Davis Miller, during a health fair on Wednesday. The fair was held as part of activities to mark World Kidney Week, which is being observed this year under the theme Kidney Health for All, caring for people, protecting the planet. We are screening people to see if they have kidney disease. We want to prevent it. We are doing several tests here to see if anybody who is at risk or if there is any way we can prevent kidney disease, Davis Miller told journalists during the health fair at um, Seal Carlton Park in Mandeville. Each year, we encourage people to come to our health fair because we want healthy people who build healthy nations, Davis Miller added. For years, the renal unit at the Mandeville Regional Hospital has been provided dialysis for patients, but the demand for the service is high, with several people on waiting lists. Despite desperate to get in the treatment. You know, there are ways, what do you call it now? There are things to do what can do before that, before it gets so bad and thing. I see you walking here, walking, I guess making the snow still out. Okay, you walking, you come like a one big car park, and you pass, you turn, and maybe not, and you're speaking. It's oh, you made this video a couple days back about into in Women's Day. I see. That's the longest comments I have ever written. Longest comment I have ever written. Praise be to God. Yeah, they I watch. Yeah, watch in the car park with the snow still on the ground as you walk, and it seems like they want a little park or something across the sub, whole of tall trees and thing, whole of tall trees. I guess the bushes everywhere, forests in the middle of the residential area gives it a very nice environment. If you know, you know. If you know, okay, wow. That's how we try to support and try keep it engaging with people. We need to do some more in my community thing. We need to speak more, put up some stuff. Yeah, your boy been doing a bunch of stuff, yeah, man. So I'm to do. Oh, listen now. Oh, my hand got touch. Let my hand touch something. Oh, the phone dropped, so it's rocks the one. Yeah, no, don't touch it. Make it stay. Yes, indeed, there, man. I soon push that door in because shoe rain found up here. My foot them feel extra cold. Push up at the door in because some of the dad drive woods. Yeah. And it's the light and most knows that we up and about. It's 5:21 in Kingston, Jamaica. Yeah, man, of course, some other cold breeze there, man. Yeah, of course, some other cold breeze something there. Yes, indeed. Alright, well, you're combination now. Yeah, man, I don't like when my people them a get sick, you know. There are things we can do, cut down on certain things, and there are certain things we can treat our body with to prevent we from get our kidney damage, because kidneys are important to the body and thing. Anyway, I try to control I myself because I don't want to speak certain things, and through we being Rasta, we try to deal with things in a holistic type of way. So we try not to speak much. You understand what I mean? Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Alright, okay. According to Davis Miller, 12 dialysis machines are now available at the renal unit in Manville, but that is insufficient. It is not enough. We are outgrown our service. We started out with four and now we expanded to 12. We are thankful to our Southern Regional Health Authority, which has always assisted us. We do need more machines because people are getting sick, she said. To get all of those persons on board, we would need about 30 to 40 more machines. Remember, patients need twice weekly dialysis, and if they are critical, it has to be three times per week. Davis Miller added, as she urged Jamaicans to protect their kidneys. Please flush your kidneys, drink more water, eat healthy, exercise, control your blood sugar levels, control your blood pressure levels. Do not take over the counter anti-inflammatory painkillers. We just want people to take care of themselves. Da-da-dee. Well, may I help to Miss Davis Miller by reading articles like this to educate people out there so they can understand, do the right thing. So imagine a little more water here. Yes, indeed. Hmm. All right. She said we want people to take care of themselves. So Davis Miller, as she issued a plea for Jamaica to take care of their health, take it seriously, and not wait until it's too late. It is unfortunate for Jamaica come. Sorry, it's unfortunate that in Jamaica, some people don't understand the negative impact that kidney disease has. You have to go and do your health checks. People, when they come to us, they are already at the end stage, and it is 5 stages that kidney disease has, said the neonatal nurse manager. If we catch it in the acute phase, it is reversible. But unfortunately, sometimes when persons come to us, they are at the last stage. We call it we call it end stage kidney disease. and this is where they need dialysis. So if persons do their checks regularly, we can prevent or even slow the progress of kidney disease. The waiting list is still over 200 persons in order for somebody to get on. Unfortunately, somebody has to go. You know what I mean? Somebody has to go to the Lord. Lamenti Davis Miller. She explained that dialysis is costly and can put a financial strain on patients and their families. It is a range from 14,500 to about 20,000 per treatment. So it depends on the dialysis unit that you go to. And that is expensive for a regular working class because you need dialysis at least twice per week. In Jamaica, we can only afford to give you twice weekly dialysis. Ideally, it should be three times per week, said Davis Miller, who also raised concern about men being hesitant to do health checks, leading to late diagnosis. Wow. It is unfortunate that some of our men don't like to go to the doctor, no matter how you beg them and plead with them. They are resistant to go and take their health checks. Men just come out and do their checks. Know your numbers, and she said. Junior resident at the renal unit, Dr. Kiris Foster, shared a similar sentiment. Men tend to be more reluctant towards getting their health checks in general, whereas women will be more concerned as it relates to changes in the color of their urine or the frequency of urine. Unfortunately, men do not tend to get checked until they are swollen and not passing any urine at all. So you have or men being diagnosed further down in the stage of chronic kidney disease as opposed to women who will be diagnosed early, said Foster. Wow. Among the free service offered at the health fair on Wednesday were blood pressure checks, blood sugar checks, HIV tests, eye testing, urine tests. We had doctors and dentists, sorry, and dietitians, pharmacists here for people to talk to and get their assessment, said Davis Miller. End of article. Okay, National Stadium redevelopment to create over 14,000 jobs. Yes, on, we're on the stadium. 14,000. What for people that money? Kingston, Jamaica design consultant. Oh, design consultants are currently on the island engaged with the key stakeholders to obtain the requirement input necessary to inform and finalize the conceptual design for the redevelopment of the National Stadium. The disclosure was made by Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sports, Olympia Grange, while addressing the official launch of the 2026 ISA Grace Kennedy Boys and Girls Athletic Championship at the National Arena in Kingston on Wednesday. Grange explained. that the redevelopment is taking place in three phases. Phase one, which is now complete, entitled an assessment and feasibility study. The feasibility study and assessment were successfully completed in the last quarter of 2025, and the finding established that the proposed stadium redevelopment is both feasible and strategically important for advancing the country's sporting and cultural goals, she stated. Okay, the project is now in phase two, or the conceptual design phase, which commenced on January 5th and will conclude at the end of April. This includes Stadium East proposed upgrade facilities. Detailed design will be completed between May and October of this year. The technical design will be done and completed by November through to June of 2027, and we will commence construction July August 2027, the minister informed. As part of the redevelopment and seating capacity of the National Stadium is expected to increase by approximately 10,000 seats, enabling the facility to accommodate more than 50,000 patrons. There will be new stands with varying levels. All stands except the grandstand will be covered by a swaying roof. Grange noted, okay, the cover it, make a oh cover from sun and rain. I see. We don't know now gonna be totally because probably part of the open for ear come down in the. She explained that the iconic overhanging arch will be preserved in keeping with the National Stadium design as a heritage site. Okay, I would like to see the picture of the one on the sleeve. Alright, among the upgrades to the stadium will be also be a new multi-story car park which will provide approximately 1,800 additional parking space. While the stadium is under reconstruction, it is proposed that the stadium is be refurbished to accommodate activities that will be impacted. It would facilitate some of the smaller events that currently take place in the National Stadium. Facilities would include modern changing rooms, medical areas for athletes and patrons, anti-doping testing area, adequate concession areas, adequate number of restrooms, and throwing area and a running track. Minister Green's detail. She added that in LED lights fixtures that occupies the National Stadium will be transferred to the Stadium East. Okay. Meanwhile, the minister highlighted that the redevelopment is expected to increase revenue by approximately 169% due to the expanded commercial capacity and increase the event host. Operating costs, of course, will raise by around 83%, but overall, the government subvention to APL Independence Park Limited. Hey, my sister, what's going on? How you doing? Hope you are well over there. Okay. Yeah, go visit somebody and think you don't know. Sometimes I should have at least 100 people right here. Look at the amount of people I support. I should have at least 100 people here. You understand what I mean? And you see, I will love as a Rasta, as a ballad Rasta, will love people. You understand what I mean? See, how people behave like say they don't know I. And I want to tell you, all we know ourselves, guys. You know, say, I know Grace. I can't pronounce her other name, but I can't pronounce the Grace Parker. That sound more English. We know Grace and others. We know Charity. Long, long time. But they are, blessed one, while go on, brother. We see you. Yeah, they are, man. But we don't feel no way still because we don't take it personal. You understand what I mean? As me I read the newspaper about, oops, I thought some, you know, them are, them are fix the national stadium and expand and, you know, add some touches to the, we have two stadium, the bigger one and we have the small one. So the small one, they're gonna fix it in a way, probably push it out a little bit, fix the seating area, add some like ray to it, and they don't know spruce it up. The bigger stadium now, they're gonna go cover it over and all the power car go on in next year, 2027, and thing, all the job I'll create, and thing. Alright, so I don't know when politicians come on paper and TV, them always talk about things to make more money. And we, the people, don't see the blows and scrape money them collect quite a go towards. I tell you the truth. When them fix road in Jamaica, it's like how a well rain. From January coming down, a be a rain what happen. And I don't mind the rain. What I mind, is is the blows and scrape road. For one, and fix the road good. That's them now if you come back and a patch. Fix the road good, man. Here are certain techniques. When I say them I use over Europe. Why don't they? The amount of tires when I see them dump over the blows and scrape dump. Millions and millions of tires. Why don't they use those blows and scrape stuff? Them have so much engineers and scientists around here. Why don't they come up with something and take those materials and turn them in a road materials to fix road like all them all over Europe? Over Europe, when I watch documentary, when the water is on the roadway, the water just like a sun gone through. You understand? I'm gonna tell people say Jamaica is not a flat place. Jamaica don't flat. You say that Kingston, where me live, uphill me a ride come. That's why I battery my little e-bike. By the time I reach work, I reach me the upon 1 bar, I left about with 3 full bars. I'm not ride faster than my time, but I show uphill you go. It's when me I come down, me I shoot like a rocket, cause a downhill me I come, be a downhill, for reaching almost downtown. I live. Be a downhill me I come, and thing. Blessed one. Check out the brother here. I'm going to see what the brethren are going with. Streamlab. 25 videos, 12 subscribers. Okay. Anyway, could go and read where the minister talk about. Minister of Sports, she noted that during the construction, the project is expected to generate 70 billion in income output, contributions of 34 billion to Jamaica's gross domestic product GDP, to create approximately 14,900 jobs. Wow, that's wonderful. End of article. This is one big pot of soup I cook. How this a go here so? Oh, in a Cuba this oil. Okay, click on it. Go over the so what go on. Look how new Cuba there in a sense and we never go there yet. Cause we don't have the funds. Dollars not so strong for we go over there, go visit. Look how near. I wanna have to use the blues and script visa to go them place there. Yes, indeed. Havana, Cuba, AFP, Cuba President Miguel Can Canal confirmed Friday that his government had held talks with the United States, which is pushing to topple the island's communist authorities. President Donald Trump has said Cuba will be next on this agenda after Iran and the US overthrown of Cuba allies Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela in January. Trump placed the impoverished island under a US blockade, strangling its fuel supplies on the basis of what he called the extraordinary threat posed by Cuba to the United States. This comes on top of a decade long economic embargo by Washington. During the meeting with top Cuban officials, broadcast live on national television, Davies Canel said that Havana was negotiating with Washington but gave little away about the nature of the talks. Wow. Cuba officials recently held discussion with representatives of the United States government. He said confirming negotiation first revealed by Trump in mid January. These conversations have been aimed at seeking solution through dialogue to the bilateral difference that exists between the two nations, he added. Uh, Mexico's left wing president welcomed the development. Good. Mexico has always pushed for peace and diplomatic dialogue, particularly given the injustice of the blockade against Cuba people for all these years. President Calada told reporters. US media reports say Ruel, Ruel Castro, a grandson of former President Ruel Castro, or Rodrigo Castro, has been holding secret talks for weeks with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who is Cuban American, or Grace Castro was seated in the front row of the meeting addressed by Dazil Canal. The Cuban government has been in Trump's sight since the January overthrow of Washington's sorry throwback overdrive overthrow of Washington's other bid in the Caribbean Maduro, on whom Cuba relied for cheap oil. Oh my. Whisper that now, come like I'm at the police now. I'm at the police, global police. My. All this web Mr. Trump is going on with other consequence in the future for America. Mm, I read the oil embargo has brought Cuba's already troubled economy to the brink of collapse. Blockade has also starved Cuba's power plants and farmers of fuel and brought daily life to a nearly standstill. Airlines have curtailed or suspended flights to the island for lack of kerosene. Trump last weekend predicted that Cuba is gonna fall pretty soon and told CNN they want to make a deal so badly that Neil Canning said the talks were being supported by international factors without elaborating. In a goodwill gesture, Cuba said Thursday it would release 51 prisoners after talks with the Vatican, which has previously acted as mediator between Washington and Havana, underlining the tension across Florida states, separated in Cuba and the United States. Cuba force opened fire on speedboats carrying a group of alleged Army US based assassins on February 25th. Five of the people on the boats were killed. Okay, wow, 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 wow. Mm-hmm. See a picture here. US military just built something impossible. It's like a very powerful tanker man. Just looking at it alone. Mm-hmm. Wow, wow, wow. No new tax blueprints. Let's see what them have to say here. So, I'll go on with my feed. I think it's 5:50 in Kingston, Jamaica. No new tax blueprints. Oops. Robinson lays out revenue fix. Opposition spokesman on finance, Julian Robinson, has proposed an alternative plan to raise billions in government revenue without new taxes, urging that the physical gap could instead be addressed through stronger tax compliance, targeted public sector transfers, and a digital nomad program amidst at attracting remote workers to Jamaica. Making his contribution to the budget debate in the House of Representatives on Thursday, Robinson outlined what he described as a different approach to financing the 2026-2027 budget, one that he said would avoid placing additional financial pressure on Jamaicans still recovering from the effects of Hurricane Melissa that ravaged the southwestern and northwestern section of the island on October 28, 2025. Central to the opposition proposal is the introduction of an electronic invoicing system at Tax Administration Jamaica (TAJ), a technology-driven compliance mechanism designed to capture transition data automatically at the point of sale and transmit it directly to the tax authority. Robertson argued that the system would close gaps in the reporting process that currently rely on business uploading records after transaction occurred. Sorry, transaction. The electronic invoicing system changes that dynamic rather than waiting for businesses to upload their records after the fact. The transaction data is captured and transmitted immediately to THA automatically at the point of sale, Robertson said. He told the House that the proposal could significantly increase tax compliance and revenue collection without raising new tax rates. Sorry, the government is no longer reliant on voluntary compliance. The information flow directly and is matched automatically against what has been declared, and the scope of under collection strikes considerably because the data is already there, he added. Drawing on international examples, Robinson state similar system and have improved tax collection in several countries. In Mexico, where this has been implemented, the clear revenue increase by 14% in the 3 years after the electronic invoice system became mandatory. In Europe, VAT, value added tax, which is the equivalent of our GCT, general consumption tax, corporate income tax collection rose by estimated 3.7%. When the system became compulsory in Peru, taxable sales reported to the tax authorities increased by 7% in the first year alone, Robertson said. Based on these examples, he estimates that Jamaica could convergently generate roughly 8.6 billion in additional tax revenues from improved compliance alone. This is not new tax, this is money that the government is estimated to collect, Robinson declared. Beyond tax compliance, Robinson proposed indicates a formal digital nomad program to encourage remote workers from overseas to live and work temporarily in Jamaica while earning income from foreign employers. Okay, sounds good. All right. He told Parliament that Jamaica already has many of the ingredients needed to attract remote professionals, included connectivity, infrastructure, climate, and a strong tourism brand. Every year, 4 million tourists visit Jamaica. We have the brand, we have the climate, we have the culture, we also have the connectivity infrastructure that remote workers are looking for. What we do not have as yet is a structured program that allows them to stay long to work from here and spend their money, sorry, send, spend their money right here in Jamaica, he declared. Our world's strongest military.
sure them put the military might.
My.
Yeah. You know, when you hang out stay upon this live, that the more power we are using from our phone. So that's sliding this.
Yes, indeed, slide through.
Jaja is the ruler.
Go take a look at walk.
Yeah.
Well, me I come down here, so I'm gonna walk with me. Something. Pick up some fruits. Half of the tree, yeah. All right, back to the reading of the article here. He explained that under the proposal, the program would grant remote workers a special permit allowing them to live and work in Jamaica while remaining employed abroad. That is a special legal permit allowing remote workers, freelance, and entrepreneurs to live and work in Jamaica while employed by a company or who have clients anywhere in the world, he explained, referring to Barbados, which has started to reap the benefits of this program since it was introduced after the COVID 19 pandemic. Robinson said the opposition estimates that attracting just 5,000 digital nomads annually could generate billions in economic activities. Barbados estimates that each digital nomad spends on average US 55,000 while they are in Barbados. I would not be as optimistic as that, but if I estimate that in Jamaica, average 6 months stay could yield at least spend of US 25,000, which is about US 4,000 a month. Jamaica would realize the economic benefit of US 125 million or 19.5 billion, Robinson told the House of Representatives. He also proposed drawing limited edition drawing limited edition transfers from certain public bodies that have records surpluses. He noted that the plan includes an additional 1 billion transfer from the Bank of Jamaica surplus, an additional 1 billion from the Factories Corporation of Jamaica. Government is projecting for this coming year to draw 9 billion from the BOJ. We will take an additional 1 billion to bring the total of 10 billion. I look at the FCJ with a net surplus of 3.14 billion and profits of 5.15 billion. We would do a transfer of 1 billion from them. Some of these institutions have demonstrated with their performance their surpluses, which if you put in the central government would, would not affect your core operation, he explained. While outlining those alternatives, Robinson also reiterated the opposition package of revenue measures, which he said would place the burden disproportionately on the low income householders. There are hundreds more who were affected by the hurricanes who are not back to where they were before. We are now, they will now pay more on the grocery bills when they go to the supermarket because the government has chosen to impose a new tax package of 18 billion, he said. Robinson argued that raising taxes during an economic slowdown is the wrong policy response, warning the increase in the tax burden while businesses are earning less and households are spending less only deepens the strain on the already weakened economy. He said the opposition proposed would still have leave a funding gap, but argued that it would be managed through modest additional borrowing without significantly altering Jamaica's fiscal trajectory. But after a hurricane, when people are struggling, you have a choice. Do you impose 18 billion taxes on people who are struggling, or do you find a way to fund it? We have to balance the books while balancing the lives of the people, Robinson said. End of article. Now it's please load up. Okay. Auditor switch weeks after. Okay. Sometimes I have to wonder if these waterways are rivers, if there's a spirit. Was say we need somebody lost their lives. One of those places where people now want to go and swim. Not a nice thing. I don't want to read the article. But I feel if the parents then. I don't want to look on the article today, Joe. I want to feel if the people then. Well, sympathize to the people then, you know. I wonder what it is like. Two time we go through something like that. When I was a teenager, I went to a beach to the outer east, to the east of Jamaica there. Like it was St. Thomas. Nice beach, but lazy fisherman them throw dynamite on the beach. And you know, whether they throw a thing on land, but a bomb, what bomb does, it shift, it destroys stuff, it creates a hole. So if you throw something in, on the water, it have a bomb and create a little thing. I never realized up on the edge. I never realized and gravity current pull me in it. It's the water get higher than I and I. Somebody come, Reggie mother come and help I and I out of the water. You see the now? She come to help me, carry me, pull me, carry me out. Current pull she too. Lifeguard come, them overstand the waters and one take me from my virgin mother and then next one help her out of the water. So the current never carry away. Praise God. Next occasion, some years ago, went on a local beach trip, but we end up going on to a river up in a St. Anne. It's a brother with my swimmer, swimmer sea, swimmer river. Anyway, current hold me again in a river. And me I swim, but me nah move from shore me there. No matter how the current hold me, me can't, I may get tired. You know me, I tell him I get tired. I might tell him, say, show one life jacket that I could have put it on and, float out or something. Them think I joke me that make. So I'm ready now. Just push me so. Like, and him touch me. It's like I get like a energy. That's how come me come out of that spot there. Me did it for a while. I can't come out and me come out of the water. So I overstand when you go into these places where the river, sea, and current hold you. I think it's a spirit, blows and spirit. One get rid of some, it have a number. They want to get rid of some want some first sacrifice. That's how me I put it. That's how me I put it. As I overstand this thing. Every year, whether adults or children become sacrificed to these waterways. Sad, sad, sad. But we're still there, family. We're still there. The boys will give me a warm time. Now load up. Now have Wi-Fi. No, no one load up at all, so we can't get to finish off a segment here. I'm going with the writer side beer, so as you can see. When you from this to the look at descent, when you drive for you have a or the car park have a look at descent going down. Oh no no, I can't see it still, but let's see. Let's see the can. It's a hilly place, I see over this so. There's a hill back there so. Across this so, there's a hill. To the south, it's a hill. Very hilly place. Jamaica is a hilly place. Beer Hill. Kingston and St. Andrew, full of hill. Beer Hill. Beer Hill. So the Wi-Fi around here, so kind of give a look at issue. Especially if you use line phone. But I try to go now, paint a picture on overstand. Mm. Graphics come. Yes, indeed, you there same way.
Yeah, same way.
What them a pick off? No, I mean, I want to go down there. Them a pick off fruit off of the tree. No, them go and pick off fruit, yeah. When my time come. We get our fruit already. Some jimbeline. Look like star fruit. Yeah, we call it jimbeline. Have a kind of starish shape. Very sweet. Nice to make drinks. You know, pick off a holy belly deal and carry them home and make some juice. Last week, Saturday to be exact. Right, just so. But we're not going to distress it well. Other people can pick too. So when we look on this life of ours, I don't just think about I and I self. I think about other people and how them can survive too. If everybody there look at how me look on things, the world will be a sweet and nice place instead of being selfish, self-centered and so forth. If everybody there think about somebody else and say, boy, John Brown could I do that and blah blah blah. That's part of the thing, yeah, man. How we can see things eye to eye as a YouTuber that I watch a couple of times. I know me and him have the same reasoning as Rasta. Him say you can agree to disagree, and he makes sure state what him channel is about. It's not for the idolaters and so forth. But I understand him because we Rasta we see things as how him see it. Yeah, phone still no service. You know me, I might have no service. Yeah, this device will give me trouble, especially with over here. So yeah, no service. But okay, thank you so much, my sister. I thought you went getting your sleep because it's supposed to be about 6 something in the evening hours there for you because at 6:20 and in the morning, daylight out. Here in Jamaica, you know where it's daylight. Let's see, I remember me get a shave. Yeah, and thing. We give thanks. We give thanks and thing. What I and I adds, please and thanks. Don't skip the ads them. Watch them out because them not so long. When I woke up on no 1 hour, no 35 minutes ads on I and I things. Some look small ads with couple seconds. The longest me ever see is a 3 minute, 3 minute ad. You man, just watch the ads them on I and I things, please and thanks. That's that alone I and I asking for do for me, for I man. Yeah, we are get one in a patwa. Yes, I yeah man, much love and respect. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes since I and I been here around the hunting. We started out when the service was wonderfully well, going to the devotional and what do the newspaper reading. And we can't go no further because we're not on a service on the phone here for some reason. We don't know why. Yeah, man. You are.
I can end this thing right here, you know. Long time I don't do a 2 hour thing, but I give a thanks for you all. I appreciate you being here with I man. As I wanna learn this patwa. As I'm not I'm the first one not hear it, and I'm supposed to hear it and say well by movies. Jamaican speaking, you know, with patwa and thing. So I will still be here giving thanks and appreciate love what you doing for I and I. So blessings and peace as we sign out. Wait, you know you're forward when I and I have got a plan for end this thing, yeah? No man, my sister my silver them a show more than anything else. When you cut off some of these blouse and skirts, it make you look too like we're too old and what than we really is. No son, watch it. One for silver me I say, Papa Jesus. Blessings and peace, man. Nice to see you, Sister Elsie. Pick up yourself. Much love, man. Anyway, watch your replay now. Alright, take care of yourself. So, I'm big up and I'm blessing up at the same time. I'm going to end this live stream right here. So watch your replay, Sister Elsie. And think we're going to end it right here. Go do something else. You understand? So much love and respect again. Love you now. The most I God love you now as well. Take care of yourself. Peace.